Hey everybody. Yeah, I'm staring into the sun today. So I'm gonna turn my pupils a nice yellow color as I talk to you. So, after all of my whining yesterday about fiberglass and urethane foam dust, you might be surprised that I'm playing with fiberglass again. Well, it happened today that the wife and I were out doing some grocery shopping ahead of Christmas, and as we were coming home, on the side of the highway, there's a great big old roll of fiberglass insulation, Owens Corning's finest, and being incorrigibly cheap, especially with my projects, before I know they're even going to work, I decided to pick it up. I didn't do it with my wife in the car. I went back in my truck and picked it up after the fact. And I did safely and everything like that, but yeah, a roll of that stuff is like 40 bucks. And if I don't have to pay for it, why should I? And honestly, fiberglass is fiberglass is fiberglass. Yes, I understand that how they're matted together and everything like that can make a big difference in probably the durability and the sound dampening characteristics and whatnot. But for this project, I just don't care. So I'm drinking a nice pink passion fruit flavored water before I start playing with itchy stuff again. To further also introduce you to this aspect of the build, the TZR850's exhaust, when I got it, the motorcycle at the salvage yard, the front wheel had been destroyed. The radiator, the wheel got pushed up into the radiator, so that was destroyed. And also the exhaust, as it was kind of curving underneath the engine, was like completely crushed. And also, TZR850s back then were known for having like a ridiculously heavy, quiet exhaust. And so I was able to salvage the headers off the front of the engine, and I got some aluminized mandrel bent J-bend pieces of pipe. And when I was at the salvage yard picking up the TDM, they had some Ducati 900 SS silencers there, so I got those kind of cheap along with everything. These silencers in stock form are not cheap or not lightweight either. So I set about gutting them because I did want to, just get a little more sound, from the engine. One of the things I did do when I gutted it, I mean, this is all stuff from the interior of the bike that I reused. I re-rolled this perforated tubing into a nice tight core, and on the end caps I left the smaller like reducer exhaust tip on there. And the reason why I do that, I've been doing that on a number of my builds, and what that serves to do is it quiets the exhaust down a little bit, so it's not just screaming, and it also provides a little bit of back pressure so that I don't have to like completely rejet the carburetors. And this bike is not going to be a high horsepower bike where I'm screaming it out to the upper stratosphere of the rev range. And I don't know if you can really even see, but I completely disassembled everything And actually, I think I did a fairly good job of rebuilding everything so that the perforated core tubing slides onto sort of like a smaller size, not nipple, I guess, but you can call it a nipple, of pipe at the bottom of the silencer tube. And yeah, I mean, what I did do, which might come back to bite me sometime or whatever, is I had these exhausts welded directly onto the rest of the pipes, so that you can't just, like, you know, pull off the exhausts and do whatnot. But at this point, I don't care. It's done. It hangs. It's the silencers are, you know, exactly horizontal. They're not like all kind of wonky, sticking out the back. And for also what they are, they're tremendously lighter than what they were. When I say tremendously, it's probably like 5-10 pounds altogether. But still, that adds up. Anyway, so let's play with some insulation. Let me just finish this because it's actually really warm today, and that's the reason why I'm doing it too. Is I need to be out here, and this is like the last day before it's going to start raining a crap ton. All right. Put that there. Put on the mask. And weirdly enough, these insulation bats are almost the exact length of this perf core tubing. So, extra bonus. And there's some crap in this insulation, as it was on the highway for probably a couple of days. But you know what? I don't care. Actually, let's use the other side. Wow. I'm going to be able to do a fair few number of pipes and maybe insulate some other parts of the house. It'd be good if I actually pulled enough tape to do the job. All right. Well, there's one. And I also pulled a tape and some of these bolts right over there. It's sticking to my thumb, my glove, more than it is sticking to anything else. Alright. put over these bolts that the hanger is mounted to, so that slides better over that. Remove these stainless screws. It's like one of the very few things SAE and not metric on this bike, because at the special effects shop that I worked at, that's all we had on hand. So, and Tim, my old boss, if you're watching this, thank you for letting me use your stainless steel screws. All right. Had to get the tip down there over the nipple thing. And we're reasonably lined up with the screw holes. and done. All right, well, I got to do that one. But you really don't need to see that since you've already seen me do this. Anyway, thank you for watching. Yeah, and now we're not going to be deaf when I start up this motorcycle for the first time and ride it. All right, thanks, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.